Sri Gurubhya Namaha children, welcome to online class. Last class you have learned about the chemical symbol, how the chemical symbol can be derived and the name of the elements. These are all you are going to learn. Today's class you are going to learn about the chemical equation or chemical reaction. So the chemical reaction can be represented by chemical equation. The chemical equation also again we are going to represent based on the symbol, chemical, the symbol of the elements. Understand now what is chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substance. A chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substance react or undergo change to form one or more different substance. So the one or two or more substance involved in the changes to give different substance is called what? Chemical reaction. In that reaction, the elements or the substance involved, the element or compound or substance involved initially is called reactant. The chemical reaction, the substance, or we can call the element or compound which involve initially is called reactant, and then after the change the different substance is going to be formed. The different substance or the new substance or the element or compound formed are called product. Understand? So what is meant by chemical reaction? A reaction, or it is a process in which one or more substance undergo change. So what it is undergo to change to form the one different substance. To form different substance is called chemical reaction. So the chemical reaction can be represented by chemical equation. The chemical reaction can be represented by chemical equation. So the chemical equation is nothing but it can by using the chemical formula. So the chemical symbol and the formula, can be used to represent the reactant and the product of the reaction. So a chemical equation, the chemical equation is a representation of a chemical reaction by using symbol and formula for the reactant and the product. So what is a chemical equation? Chemical equation is a representation of chemical reaction using symbols and formula for the reactant and the product. So there are two things in that chemical equation. One is reactant. So the substance or the element or compound involved initially. After the change, the new substance are formed. The new substance are called as what? Product. Now how can we represent as the reactant and the product in a chemical equation? So now this is one of the representation of chemical equation. So this A2 and B2 are the initial substance or the initial element or compound involved in the process reaction. So these two are by change into A to B. So here A2 and B2 involve in changes. These two are called the initial substance or initial element involves in the changes to give the new substance is called what? A to B. A to B. So here the right hand side and the left hand side. So the right hand side is represent the reactant. The right hand side is represented as what? Reactant. So there are two types here, right hand side and left hand side. The right hand side A2 and B2 are called reactant, and the left hand side is called reactant and right hand side. The right hand side is called what? The product. So these two can be differentiated by the arrow mark. The headed towards the product. The arrow mark, the head of the arrow mark. The head of the arrow mark is towards the new substance. So which one is initial? The other side of the arrow mark, that is left side of the arrow mark is called reactant and the right side of the arrow mark is called what? Product. And then in the chemical equation, the number of reactant is equal to the number of product. So here in this example, A2 is going to react with B2. So these two reactants. So the more than one reactant can be differentiated by plus sign. The reactant, two or more reactants involved in the reaction, that can be represented by plus sign. The same way the new substance formed during the change also can be differentiated by plus sign. So here only two reactants, A and A2 and B2, to give the new substance as what? A2B. A2B means what? 2A. So how many A's are there? 2A and 1B. A2B. So here in this reaction only 1A only reacting and 1B only reacting. In the new substance how many A is going to form? 2A is going to form. So we want to equalize the number of reactant and the product. So how to equalize? So if you put 2 here, this become 2A. So how many A's are there? A2, 2 A2's are there and 1 B2 is there. So to give 2 A2 and B2. Understand? So here you can see that here how many? 2 into 2A, how many A's are there? Here already A2 means what? How many A's are there? 2A. B2 means how many B's are there? 2B. But here how many A's coming? 2A and only 1B only. So for that we want to write the equation, want to balance. So want to balance by writing 2. 2 into 2 means how many? 4A and how many? Here 2B. And if you put 2 here, 2 into 2, 4. How many A are there? 4A and B. So that is nothing but 4A plus B. Now you can see that A equal to 4 and B equal to 2. So 2 into 2 what? B2. So that in this side 2 into 2 4A and 1 into 2 2B. So B equal to 2 and A equal to 4. So if you write in the coefficient place, if you write to balance, to equalize the number of reactant and the product, you have to equal number of reactant and the product should be takes place in the chemical reaction. So you have to balance. So the right side of the reaction, the right side of the chemical equation is called product. The right side of the chemical equation is called product and the left side of the chemical equation is called what? Reactant. So the chemical equation can be represented by the reactant and the product. This can be differentiated by an arrow mark. So the head, here the head of the arrow mark shows the product. So this is one of the representation. In this the chemical reaction can be represented by a chemical equation. The chemical equation can be represented by chemical symbol or the chemical formulas. Now you can see that the chemical equation. So how to write the chemical equation? First we want to write the name of the reactant. So 2 or more reactants also can involve to form 2 or more product also. Understand? So the 2 or more, so each reactant can be represented by plus sign and the each product can be represented by plus sign. This can be differentiate by an arrow mark, head over arrow mark. Now you see that, so you have to give the name. So for example, here we are going to see the example of formation of magnesium oxide. So what are the reactant involved? So what are the reactant involved here? Magnesium. This is the name of one of the reactant, magnesium. And then oxygen, the name of another reactant. So these are all present in the left side of the reaction, the left side of the equation, so that it is a reactant. And the product, because it is found in the right side, so the product is magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. This is the chemical reaction. So what is the chemical reaction? The magnesium and the oxygen undergo change to form the new substance called what? Magnesium oxide. So this can be represented in the form of equation by using chemical formula or symbol of the element. Now what is the first one is, first reactant is magnesium. So here we are going to write magnesium. And then the second reactant is oxygen. These two are involving change. To form magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide, the new substance. So now you want to balance. So here how many magnesium? Actually it is the equation magnesium oxygen involve magnesium oxide. Here only one magnesium and two oxygen, and then here 1 plus 1. But here 2 oxygen, so you want to balance here 2. If you balance 2 means the magnesium become 2, oxygen become 2. Already here oxygen is 2, so you want to change only the magnesium if you put 2. Now 2 magnesium, 2 oxygen, here 2 magnesium and 2 oxygen. So you can see this is the simple, this is one of the representation of the chemical equation. So the chemical equation is nothing but the representation of the chemical reaction. The chemical reaction involve the process in which some of the substance involved in change to form the new substance is called what? Chemical reaction. So next we are going to learn about the changes. So what are the changes around us? There are many changes around us. Can you able to say? There are many changes around us. For example, so if you freeze the water, it become what? Ice. If you boil the water, what happen? The water get evaporate and it become gas. And if you melt the sugar, if you heat the sugar, what it become? Melt, become sugar syrup, liquid. So solid into liquid. And then if the plants are growing and the flowers, the buds become what? It bloom into flower. And the fruits are ripening of fruits. Drying of clothes, if you dry the wet clothes if you put in sunlight, the wet clothes become what? Dry. And the rusting of iron, you can see that the iron object, iron gate, for the long time, what happen? It become rust. So this is one of the change. And burning of paper, if you burn the paper, so the some different substance are formed. So these are all the changes around us. So that changes can be classified as physical change and chemical change. So there are many changes. There are many changes around us. That change can be classified as physical change and chemical change. So now so far we saw some of the example. Among this some of them were physical change and some of them were chemical change. So now we are going to learn about the physical change, what happened during the changes. So in the physical change is nothing but the no new substance are formed. What we learn that in the chemical reaction, some of the substance involved in change to form the new substance. The same way here, see the physical change, no new substance during the change. If change means what? Is there is a difference, some difference we find in that. Understand? So if you freeze the ice, before that the water is in liquid form. If you freeze it, the liquid form of water into ice as a solid. So that change we learn. Understand? Like that. So there is no new substance. So during the physical change, the no new substance are formed or called what? Physical change. So now what is the example now what I said? The freezing of water. If you freezes water, the water become solid. Before in freezing, the water is found in the form of liquid. It is in the form of liquid. After freezing, if you are reducing the temperature, it become what? Solid. And then if the temperature increasing, the solid melts into the ice is melting into water. So if the only the physical form means what are the physical form of matter? Liquid, solid and gas. So in during the physical change, the physical form of the substance only can be changed. The physical form of the substance only can be changed. If ice melt, the ice is from water only. If it melts and it become liquid, water. Understand? So there is no change in the substance. So you can see some of the example. The melting of ice and the boiling of water. If you boil the water, it become steam. And if you cool the steam condenses become water. So there is no new substance. Only the physical form. What is the physical form? The liquid form of water is changes into gaseous form. The same way, drying of clothes. If you wet clothes, if you expose into sunlight, during the heat, what is going to evaporate? The water present, the moisture in the cloths all going to be evaporated and the cloths become what? Dry. There is no change. There is no change in that. The cloth remains same. Only the water molecule present in the cloth is escape. And then the cutting of fruits. If you cut the vegetables or fruits, apple, the shape only is going to be changed, but the substance is not changed. Understand? So that during the physical change, there is no new substance. There is no new substance or form. So that change is called what? Physical change. So during this change involves, what is that? There is the physical property of the substance such as color, size and the physical form. So during this process, during this change, what are the changes? Only there is change in the color. There is a change in the color and the change in the size. Change in the size. If you cut the apple into two half means what? The size of an apple is going to be changed. If you melt the sugar, the sugar or white crystal, the crystal become what? Brown liquid. So there is a change in color. The same way, what are the another changes? The change in the physical form. The change in the physical form means the sugar is the solid state. If you melt, it become what? Liquid state. So physical form is going to be changed, solid into liquid. In boiling, while boiling water, liquid into gas, and freezing, liquid into solid. So like that the physical form is going to be changed, but there is no new substance. There is no new substance is formed during the physical change. So there are changes, many changes around us. that changes can be classified as physical change and chemical change. Now, in physical change, there is no new substance, in which no new substance are formed. Only the changes will take place in color, size and the physical form of the matter. And next one type of physical change now we are going to learn. So, these are all some of the physical change. So, there is no change. There is no change in the substance. The ice cream melt, the ice cream melt, the melt into, there is no change in the substance, the molten state of the ice cream only. And if you dry the clothes, there is no change in the shape or color of the dress. Only the dress become dry. And then the beating of metal. Here what is going to change? The shape of the metal. Shape of the metal is going to be changed. See here the cutting of fruits also, what is going to change? The shape of the fruit is going to be changed. In the boiling water, there is no new substance, only the water. The liquid water is become what? Vapor. So, these are all some of the changes, physical change taking place around us. Around us, these are all the physical changes. And next one of the physical changes, crystallization. So, the crystallization is also one of the physical change. In this crystallization, what is the process in this? We are going to purify the impure compound of the substance. The impure compound of the substance is converted into crystal. Now, see this in the crystallization. For example, the rock salt, the common salt we are using. The common salt can be obtained from sea water only by evaporation. By making evaporation, because the sea water contains more of dissolved salt, if you make into dry, all the water molecules are evaporated and the dissolved salts are remains. That salt is not pure. So, that can be purified by crystallization. So, the crystallization also physical change only, one of the example of physical change. Here the impure substance become the purest substance. So, it is found, the impure substance can be found in the form of crystal. The crystals are hot solid substance with definite shape. The crystals are what? Hot solid substance with a definite shape. So, now we are going to see how we are going to make the process of crystallization. So, the impure substance during the crystallization, the saturated solution. So, now the impure substance, for example, you can take any type of salt, now common salt if you want to take, or some copper sulfate like that. The saturated solution is going to be produced. So, now we are going to take as a solvent, water is taken as a solvent. So, we can, for the given quantity of solvent, we can able to dissolve the amount of solute only, that substance only. So, that solution is called what? Saturated solution. So, first we want to dissolve. So, the saturated solution is the maximum substance can be dissolved in the given solvent, and by dissolving it in boiling water. So, if you heat, the dissolution is going to be speed or greater. So, that we want to boil. Which one is going to be greater? The substance is going to dissolve easily in boiling water. Then after boiling for some time, the entire substance are dissolved, and some of the impurities are not dissolved and they can be remain. So, that substance, the impurities which are not soluble in the solvent, or remains, that can be removed by filtration. By filtering, the insoluble impurities are removed, and then the hot solution, the remaining hot solution, the filtrate, that is called what? The filtrate solution is going to be undisturbed. Undisturbed for few hours. What is going to be appear? The crystal is going to be appear. Now you can see the process. So here we are going to prepare the saturated solution. So this is what? Saturated solution. Saturated solution, we are going to take certain amount of substance in the solvent. So we are going to heat to boil. Now what is going to do here? We are on heating. The mixture is going to boil and the substance are dissolved very easily, and the impurities are remains in the vessel, and then after that we want to filter. By using the filter paper the insoluble impurities. The insoluble impurities are stay in the filter paper, and then the saturated solution. The saturated solution, that is called what? This is called what? Filtrate. This is called filtrate. And this filtrate we want to keep for some time without disturbing the liquid. So the crystals are going to be reappear in the solution, in the filtrate. What is going to be reappear? The crystals. The hard substance with a definite shape. See, you can see the crystals, the hard substance with definite shapes are formed. So again this can be filtered out. The solution. So the solvent, what is the solvent? The water. The water is going to be filter out, and the crystals are reappear. The crystals are reappeared. By this we can purify the crystal. Purify the impure substance by crystallization. So the crystallization also one of the physical chain. So here we are dissolving the same substance, but the substance are in impure state. After the crystallization process, the same substance we are going to take in the form of purest state. We are going to take in the form of what? Purest state of the substance. So there is no new substance are formed during what? Crystallization. So that it is also one of the example of physical chain. In the next class we can learn about the chemical chain. So far we have learned about the chemical reaction and the chemical chain and the physical chain. Okay, thank you children.